He thought he had everything. $1 billion empire. A perfect public image. Then he opened his car door in the rain, and found a little girl asleep inside. On her wrist was a bracelet with a name he never forgot. A date from 7 years ago. And 2 letters that shattered his world. But the real shock was not the child. It was who was watching from the shadows. Before we dive into this incredible story, do not forget to subscribe. And hit the bell icon button. So you never miss our powerful, life-changing content. I built my fortune on sleepless nights and coffee. Now my car smelled like leather and victory. After a gala, rain traced the windows. I opened the back door and froze. A little girl slept in my seat, curled tight. Cold lashes on her cheeks. I touched her wrist. A silver bracelet bit my fingers. One name scratched into it. Maya. My heart lurched. Maya was my partner before the money. She taught me discipline. She pushed me to give, not just take. 7 years ago, betrayal ripped us apart. She vanished the week my company went public. I buried the ache under success. The bracelet turned. A date. 7 years. Then 2 letters. M+E. The rain tasted like salt as I knelt on the curb. The girl blinked awake. Maya's eyes. My stubborn stare. Behind me, heels clicked on wet stone. A voice I never forgot whispered my name. I turned, and Maya stood under the streetlight, shaking, smiling. In her hand, a folder read birth certificate. Maya's fingers trembled around the folder. Her hair was damp from the rain. Her eyes held both apology and steel. I did not come for your money, she said. I came because she kept asking about you. The little girl clutched my suit sleeve. Her palm was warm, trusting, fearless. My throat tightened like a knot pulled too fast. I remembered Maya in our first apartment. Cheap ramen. A broken fan. Her voice reading business books out loud. Her hand on my shoulder when I wanted to quit. You left, I said, tasting old anger. You let me think you abandoned everything. Maya swallowed hard. I left because your board threatened me. They said I would ruin the image. They offered silence, or war. Lightning flashed. The streetlight flickered. My driver stared, stunned, from the front seat. Maya opened the folder. A stamped page. A name under father. My name. The rain stopped, like the world was holding its breath. The girl leaned closer and whispered. Are you really him? My hands shook as I reached for the paper. Then I saw a second document behind it. A medical report with today's date. And Maya's voice cracked. I did not tell you sooner because I promised myself I would never beg, Maya said. And because I thought you would hate me. The medical report fluttered in my hand. The words felt heavy, like iron. Treatment plan. Weeks, not months. My chest turned hollow. The city noise faded. All I heard was the girl's small breathing. Maya knelt beside her. This is Lily, she whispered. She is your daughter. Lily looked up at me with calm courage. Like she had practiced being brave. I remembered my first million. How I celebrated alone in a glass office. How success tasted like cold air. Maya stood, wiping her cheeks. I raised her with lessons you would respect, she said. Work hard. Tell the truth. Help people who cannot help you back. I wanted to speak, but pride fought mercy. Then Lily touched my watch. So shiny, she said. Do you have time too? Her question cut deeper than any headline. I breathed in, slow and steady. I looked at Maya. At Lily. At the report. I reached for Maya's hand. Come with me, I said. Both of you. Maya stepped back, fear returning. You do not understand what you are walking into, she said. Then headlights swept across us. A black SUV rolled to the curb. My company security chief stepped out. His voice was flat. Sir, the board knows. His words hit like a slap. The board knows. Rainwater dripped from the SUV like a warning. Maya's shoulders stiffened. Lily pressed closer to my leg. I felt her small heartbeat through my trousers. I stepped between them and the security chief. Get back in the car, I said. My voice was calm, but my hands burned. He hesitated. Sir, investors are calling. They want answers. They want you to distance yourself. Maya's eyes searched mine. Not for luxury. For courage. I remembered the day I signed my first deal. Maya stood beside me, smiling like sunrise. Do not trade your soul for numbers, she said. Now the numbers demanded payment. I crouched to Lily's level. Her bracelet glinted under the streetlight. Maya made you that? I asked. Lily nodded. She said it helps people remember who they love. Something inside me broke open. Soft. Warm. Unstoppable. I stood and faced my chief. Call the board, I said. Tell them I am done hiding. Maya inhaled sharply. Please, she whispered, they are powerful. I took her hand anyway. They forgot who built this company, I said. And who built me? The chief raised his phone. His screen lit up with one name. Chairman. He looked at me like I was walking into fire. I squeezed Maya's fingers. Lily's hand slipped into mine. Answer it, I said. And as the call connected, a voice I knew too well said. Congratulations, Mr. Hale, you just declared war. The chairman's voice slid through the speaker like ice. Behind him, I imagined polished smiles and closed doors. I kept my tone steady. This is not war, I said. This is truth. A low laugh. Truth does not move stock prices, he replied. Disappear them, and you keep your empire. Maya flinched. Her grip tightened like she was holding back years. Lily looked up at me. Do not let them be mean to mommy, she whispered. That whisper became my backbone. I turned toward the city lights. They once looked like trophies. Now they looked like homes I could protect. You will announce your resignation, the chairman said. We will package it as a noble choice. And we will handle the rest. I felt my old self rise. The man who obeyed. The man who feared losing everything. Then I remembered Maya's kitchen table lessons. Her gentle voice. Her fierce honesty. Her hands making hope out of nothing. I will not resign, I said. And I will not abandon my family. Silence. Then, softer, sharper. Family. I lifted Lily's bracelet into the light. Maya saved my life before I had $1 billion, I said. She saved my heart after. The chairman exhaled slowly. You will regret this. I looked at my security chief. At the SUV. At the cameras that always seemed to find me. Get my legal team, I said. And the press. Maya's eyes widened. No, she breathed, they will tear us apart. I brushed her wet cheek with my thumb. Not if I stand in front, I said. Lily tugged my hand. Are we going home now? Before I could answer, my phone buzzed again. Unknown number. A text with one line. We have Lily's school address. My blood turned cold. Maya read it over my shoulder. Her face drained. And from the SUV, the chief whispered. They are not bluffing, sir. My jaw clenched so hard it ached. The street felt suddenly too open. Too many eyes. Too many shadows made by headlights. Maya pulled Lily close. Her voice shook, but she stayed upright. "This is why I stayed quiet," she whispered. "They watch. They punish." I forced my breath to slow. Panic was what they wanted. Fear was their leash. I looked at my security chief. "Lock down Lily's school," I said. 2 teams. No sirens. No drama. He nodded, already moving. Rainwater splashed as doors slammed. I turned to Maya. "Do you trust me?" I asked. Her eyes glistened. "I trust the man you were," she said. "I am praying the billionaire is the same man." Those words struck deeper than threats. I took off my expensive coat. I wrapped it around Lily. Not for warmth. For promise. "I am still him," I said. "And I will prove it." Lily looked up, serious. "Mom says real men protect, even when it hurts." I swallowed the lump in my throat. "Yes," I said. "Even when it hurts." My phone buzzed again. Another text. "Do not go public. Or Maya's report becomes a headline." Maya's breath caught. I saw the terror she tried to hide. The medical report was not just pain. It was leverage. I stared at the glowing screen. Then I opened my contacts. One name I had not called in years. My mother. She answered on the first ring. "Asher," she said, startled. I closed my eyes. "Mom," I whispered. "I need you tonight." Maya looked at me, confused. I stepped closer, voice low. "My mother runs the only charity the board never touched," I said. "She knows every journalist who still has a spine." The line went quiet. Then my mother said, "Tell me where you are." And from across the street, a camera lens flashed. Not paparazzi. Too steady. Too close. The flash cut through the dark like a blade. Not paparazzi. A watcher. "Inside, now," I told Maya. My voice did not shake, but my blood did. My security chief swung the SUV door open. Maya lifted Lily first, gentle and fast. Lily's bracelet chimed against the metal frame. I kept my eyes on the street. A man in a cap lowered something shiny. Camera, or phone, or worse. My mother's voice stayed on the line. "Asher, speak to me." I swallowed the anger in my throat. "Mom, they are coming for a child," I said. "And for the woman who made me human." A hard pause. Then her tone changed. The old steel returned. "Do not move toward your penthouse," she said. "They know every door you own." Maya stared at me, breath shallow. "Where do we go?" she whispered. I looked at Lily. She hugged my coat like it was a shield. Her eyes were brave, but tired. I made a decision that cost more than money. "We go to the only place the board cannot buy," I said. "My childhood church. Basement entrance. No cameras." The man across the street took a step closer. My chief raised his hand, warning. The man smiled. My phone buzzed again. A photo loaded. Lily in a classroom. Taken today. A caption beneath it. "Tick-tock, Mr. Hale." Maya's hand flew to her mouth. Lily asked softly. "Daddy, are we in trouble?" I pulled her close, heart pounding. "No, baby," I said. "We are in a fight for what is right." And as the SUV rolled forward, my mother whispered. "Tell Maya to trust you, and tell her the secret you never told anyone." I looked at Maya and told her the secret I buried under success. I did not become a billionaire alone. I became one because I stole your idea, and I never gave you credit." Her eyes filled, not with rage, but relief. "Then tell the truth," she whispered. At the church basement, my mother met us with a small team. A real journalist. A lawyer with quiet fire. A doctor who knew Maya's case. By sunrise, I went live. No spin. No cover. I named the threats. I showed the messages. I credited Maya as the co-creator of the dream. The board tried to crush me. Instead, the public saw the truth. Sponsors walked away from them. Investigations began. Resignations followed. Maya started treatment the same week, surrounded by support, not fear. Lily slept safely in my arms for the first time. I learned this. Money builds buildings. But courage builds a life. And the real measure of a man is not what he owns. It is who he protects, and what truth he is willing to stand for.